Hello, everyone. My name is Amanda Bastiani, the Director of Prevention Education and Title IX Coordinator for the College of St. Rose. Thank you all for being here today. I will be moving quickly through the slides, but I will be sure to leave you with my contact information at the end of this presentation. Want to set a little framework here today for everyone. I'm sure most of you are aware of the prevalence that's happening with sexual assault and relationship violence and just dating abuse and just abusive behaviors in general around the country. According to RAINN.org, which is the Rape, Abuse, Incest National Network, every 73 seconds, another person in the US experiences sexual assault. The rates are different based on gender and identity groups. Underserved in our minority populations can have an increased risk for experiencing sexual assault. 1 in 10 high school students has been purposely hit, slapped, or physically hurt by a boyfriend or girlfriend. And that is also according to loveisrespect.org. 1 in 3 dating college students has given their dating partner their computer, online access, email, or social network passwords. And these students are more likely to experience digital dating abuse, which we have seen, definitely an increase in the past few years. The impact of interpersonal abuse and violence can have short and long-term including physical health, mental health, substance abuse. I've seen impact to relationships, both intimate relationships and even family and friendship relationships. And this, as you can see, can certainly have an impact to their academic success. That's something that we at the College of St. Rose certainly want to help our students have the best experience they can possibly have here at our college. There are things that we can all do and that you can do in your role as a parent or family member, and that is noticing changes in behavior, listening to your instinct. That is your best guide, absolutely. Reach out for help or support. If you don't know the answer, maybe reaching out to someone who does know the answer. If you have a student come to you to tell you something that has happened, listening and believe them and not using that judgmental language or victim blaming statements. Help connect them with campus and or community resources and support services. There's something that we can all do just in our everyday lives to help others who are dealing with these issues. We also train our faculty and staff on these as well. So we train our faculty and staff on noticing those changes in behavior. Sometimes the faculty might notice behavior changes in the classroom, and they might be the first one to reach out to a student to offer their support. So what is Title IX? A lot of people know Title IX as, well, I think it has something to do with sports, a lot of people will say. And yes, it does, but it's so much more than that. It started back in 1972 for the Education Amendment that said literally one statement, and so much has come out of this statement. No person in the United States shall, on the basis of sex, be excluded from, participation in, be denied the benefits of, or be subjected to discrimination under any education program or activity receiving federal financial assistance. So federal financial assistance, a great number of K through 12 and higher ed colleges and across the country are receiving federal financial assistance. So this applies to a great number of schools, including the College of St. Rose. We do everything we can to create an environment here at the college that is free from discrimination and gender-based violence. Top 9 things you need to know about Title IX. There's so much that you need to know, but really the top things that you need to know is that it is a civil rights law that prohibits sex discrimination. And I get this question a lot. Does it apply to all gender? Yes, it applies to everyone, regardless of gender. It applies to everybody. It also prohibits retaliation. So for bringing a complaint forward, no one is allowed to, according to our policies, retaliate for that report being brought forward. Accommodations must be offered, so that can look like safety measures, interim measures, such as different housing or possibly changing of your academic schedule, just creating an environment so that students can continue their education. We also can issue no contact orders for students to help ensure their safety and so that they can continue in an environment that feels safe and comfortable for them. We also cannot discourage students from continuing their education. In fact, we need to do everything within our power to help them continue. That's really one of the most important things to remember. Our sexual harassment and misconduct policy can be found online at strohs.edu/Title IX. There's a couple ways to access that site. If you scroll down on our homepage all the way at the bottom, you'll see a few really key important links at the bottom of our homepage. One is Title IX, in addition to what Steve Stella had mentioned from Campus Security, which is our annual security report, can also be accessed there. Our college is committed to creating and maintaining a safe environment for all of our students and employees. All forms of sexual misconduct and other non-consensual sexual contact by members of our community will not be tolerated, and we will address it to make sure that everyone, our students, our employees, even our guests, are in a campus environment that is free from discrimination and violence. Title IX reportable offenses on or off campus include dating violence, domestic violence, gender discrimination, sexual assault, sexual harassment, and stalking. Some of these are Title IX because they are gender-based, and some of these are also included because they are clearly reportable crimes, as Steve Stella had mentioned in the security presentation. And so in addition to Title IX and the Clery Act, we also in New York State have to comply with the New York State Article 129B, which really did amp up all colleges' efforts on training and education and awareness, and also gave students a Bill of Rights, and also required all colleges and universities across New York State to adopt an affirmative consent definition that is the same for everyone. And you can find more about that in our policy online. Reporting. So here at our college, all employees are considered responsible employees. The only exception to that on our college campus are licensed mental health counselors, medical personnel, and campus ministers. So for our campus, it is health services, the counseling center, and spiritual life. Those are the areas that are confidential. All other employees are responsible employees, meaning that if they know of a situation or they become aware of a situation, they are required to report that to me, the Title IX coordinator. We also have a couple of deputy Title IX coordinators that are other options for reporting. That's Jeff Knapp in Human Resources and Rita McLaughlin in Student Affairs. Other reporting options include campus security, residence life, Albany Police, University Police, and New York State Police. As I mentioned, we have confidential reporting options on campus, as I've mentioned, but we also have off-campus options for our students. We live in an area where there are so many supportive services for our students that are free and confidential. So we have Albany County Crime Victims and Sexual Violence Center, as well as Equinox, the Legal Project, and In Our Own Voices. I work with these agencies all the time throughout the year. They even send some of their staff onto our campus so that students can get to know them and work with them, and even can do some collaborative programming with them on campus. We're so thankful that we have them. There are things we can do, you know, in our everyday lives as parents of these students, but also as staff and also students, right? Is recognizing that we have a problem in our country with abuse and violence. Identify situations where we can intervene safely. So at orientation programming, I do go over what I like to call the 4 Ds of bystander intervention, which is direct, so when you want to directly get involved, or distract, create a distraction, delay, And so I really do go over this with the first year students, that there are options. We all have options of things that we can do in our everyday lives to intervene safely. Of course, putting our safety first, creating a community where we just take care of each other and have an environment at the College of St. Rose where we can all thrive. So there are a number of ways to get involved on campus. There's trainings, workshops. Some are, mandatory for first year students. Your first year student will be receiving through their Stroh's email account 2 online programs that they're required to take before orientation. One is sexual assault prevention, and the other one is alcohol EDU. So have your students be on the lookout for that. They will be required to complete that before orientation, but then they'll also have another opportunity to have some more programming once they're on campus. So just be on the lookout for that. And I will definitely leave you with my contact information. I'll give you my Stroh's email, which is bastiana@strohs.edu. And I look forward to seeing you all on campus. All right, take care. Thanks so much. Bye.